Listen to this. 1.5 million U.S. citizens have moved abroad in the last 5 years. Estimates are 25 to 30% of all U.S. citizens living abroad have done so for retirement. While most retirees make the transition successfully, estimates are about 10 to 20% of all retirees return home within 1 to 5 years. Aww. If you're in the planning stages or just considering retiring abroad, you've come to the right place. This video is going to cover the top 5 benefits of retirement abroad as reported by actual retirees. Also, the top 5 factors given by retirees for returning home. And as a bonus, I'll share tips, insights, and some sources you can use as you start your research for your retirement abroad. Ready? Let's go. Hi, I'm Drew. I spent years working and traveling internationally, often imagining what it might be like to retire abroad. After a lot of research and exploratory visits, I landed in Panama. It checked off all the boxes on my list. Now, I'm ready to share my take and insights on a retirement abroad. So, what are the top 5 benefits of retirement abroad? Number 1, lower cost of living. One of the biggest draws for retirees moving abroad is the potential to live on a fixed income or retirement savings more comfortably. This includes less expensive housing, utilities, groceries, and even domestic help like housekeepers or gardeners. Many retirees find they can afford a higher standard of living or enjoy more luxuries than they could in their home country. There's also the opportunity of tax benefits. Number 2, healthcare options. Many retirees report satisfaction with the healthcare systems in their new countries, especially in places like Mexico, Spain, or Costa Rica. Healthcare costs are often much lower than in the U.S., and the quality of care is frequently on par with what they might receive back in their home country, particularly in major cities or more developed areas. Many countries offer universal or affordable healthcare systems, and North American retirees can often access medical services at a fraction of the cost. Number 3, improved lifestyle or quality of life. Retirees frequently mention the appeal of living in a warmer climate, near a beach or the mountains, or in an area that offers a better air quality and a slower pace of life. The overall lifestyle in these countries tends to be more relaxed, and retirees often enjoy more outdoor activities, vibrant local cultures, and a greater access to nature. Retiring abroad offers the opportunity to broaden one's horizons, learn new traditions, try new foods, and see the world from other perspectives. For me, working, traveling, and living abroad has been life-changing. Number 4, a stronger sense of community. In many expat-friendly countries, retirees find it easy to connect with others, both locals and fellow expats. There are well-established communities of North American retirees in countries like Mexico, Ecuador, and Panama. Social media has made it easier to access the supportive benefits of these communities. Many retirees appreciate the social opportunities abroad, such as meeting people who have similar interests, joining various clubs or classes, or engaging in activities like volunteering, which can be much harder to find in the U.S. Number 5, more travel opportunities. Retirees often cite the ease of traveling around both their host country and neighboring regions. For instance, Costa Rica, it's easy to explore other parts of Central America. From Spain, retirees find it very affordable to take trips all across Europe. Many retirees enjoy the proximity to different cultures and experiences that come with being in a new part of the world. This is also true of the Asia-Pacific region. Wow, all that sounds great, right? Not so fast. Some expats soon learn that the realities of living in a foreign country can be overwhelming, and for some, returning home is not uncommon. Let's look at the most commonly reported reasons for returning home. Number 1, healthcare. Many retirees move to countries with lower healthcare costs, but may later face challenges with the quality of the care, the medical facilities, and availability of healthcare for specific issues that require more specialization. Healthcare issues or age-related concerns might also lead retirees to return home, where they feel more comfortable with the healthcare system. Number 2, cultural adjustment. The challenge of adapting to a new culture, language barriers can lead some to reconsider their decision to move abroad. Even though many destinations are welcoming, the culture shift can be more difficult than anticipated and sometimes overwhelming. Not knowing at least the basics of your host country's language can lead to frustration and isolation. Unless you plan to live in an expat bubble, having the basic understanding of the predominant language is a must. Living in a different culture means communicating with people in that culture. Another cultural adjustment is learning to deal with the legal system and bureaucracy in a new country, which can be quite frustrating at times. This too requires an adjustment of expectations. Number 3, homesickness. Being far away from family and friends is often a reason given for returning home. The emotional toll of missing important life events or struggling to visit loved ones can lead to feelings of loneliness and homesickness. Missing familiar foods, customs, and routines from one's home country can also be significant emotional challenges. Number 4, financial factors. While the cost of living is lower in some countries, retirees may find that their financial situation isn't as stable as they expected, especially if they're relying on a fixed income that doesn't stretch as far as anticipated. Even if you're living in a country with a low cost of living, choosing to buy familiar brands from your home country can come at a steep price. One piece of advice here: don't plan on buying property initially. It's good advice to rent for at least a year, to have a chance to know exactly where you want to live. Plus, it's often easier to buy than to sell. So be certain you can see yourself living in your host country long term. Number 5, political or safety concerns. In some cases, changing political climates or safety issues may prompt retirees to return home. Some of the most common concerns include changes in government, safety and security concerns, civil unrest, natural disasters, to name a few. A shift in political power or government policies can create uncertainty, especially if the new government stance affects retirees' security, healthcare, or financial arrangements. Then there's natural disasters. Retirees in areas prone to earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, or other natural disasters may decide to return to their home due to concerns over lack of infrastructure or emergency services. At this point, it's worth noting that many retirees live abroad for many years and are very happy with their decision. But these factors do contribute to the decision for some retirees to return to their home country. If I haven't scared you off yet, this is the good part. I'm going to share with you tips, insights, and a few resources that you can use as you begin your research for retirement abroad. Do your research and due diligence. And check your results against other resources. Just because one resource says it's all warm beaches and margaritas doesn't necessarily make it so. Do not rely on just one or two resources. Some sources are there to sell you on a destination, product, or service. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just understand where the information is coming from. Expat-related organizations and websites. Here are the top 5 sources that I found very useful as I did my research. expatexchange.com. It has a very supportive community and one of the largest online platforms. Expat Exchange has active forums. You can ask questions, share experiences, and get personal insights from fellow expats. The next source I want to recommend is internationalliving.com. It's regarded as one of the best resources. There's a focus on affordability and quality of life. They have detailed reports on costs of living, real estate, healthcare, and quality of life. Expats often cited as a go-to resource. Next, Numbeo. Numbeo is great for comparing different factors between countries like cost of living, quality of life, and other metrics. This site can be beneficial for deciding which place might be the best financial fit for your retirement. Next, Live and Invest Overseas. This site is a favorite among retirees because it offers practical advice on real estate, healthcare, taxes, and visas, all tailored towards expats. Their in-depth reports on specific countries are highly valued by those seeking a structured plan for living abroad. Next, Nomad Capitalist. Not only for retirees, it is incredibly popular among those looking for a tax-efficient and financially beneficial place to live. The site offers a mix of high-level advice on second passports, offshore banking, and international tax planning. Another great source, expat communities in the countries you're looking to potentially move to. These communities have an online presence like Facebook, Instagram, and messenger services like WhatsApp. In many countries, WhatsApp is a primary means of text communications with expats, locals, and businesses. Now, there's Facebook. Admittedly, I'm not very active on Facebook, but I found local expat groups are generally welcoming and usually eager to help. But note, take advice with a grain of salt. To get the best results, ask informed questions, not broad sweeping laundry lists of what you want to know. If you want to ask opinions, you will get them, and they will be as varied as there are members in the group. These type questions are best left for in-person meetups during your exploratory visits, which we'll touch on later. Next, get boots on the ground. Make one or more exploratory visits. Online is best when you start your initial research, but spending time in the culture that may become your home is essential. Being there will spark questions, inspirations, and concerns you may not have even considered while sitting behind your computer or smartphone. And here's a few things to keep in mind. The countries you research will have their own specific pros and cons. There is no one-size-fits-all. Be patient and methodical. The process itself can be fun, but do expect some frustrations. Know that there are many things out there waiting for you. Good, bad, enlightening, and even sad. For me, living abroad is rewarding and enriching, and sometimes challenging. But that's what an adventure is all about, right? Here's a question for you. Are there specific topics that you'd like to see presented on my channel? Please leave a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, please share with a friend. And of course, like and subscribe. I'll see you.